Hey guys, it is Coach Williams, Cassandra Williams of Cassandra Williams Enterprise, your victory coach and the founder of Wise Wives Build. And you are here for episode 12. Woo! I am so excited today. But do me a favor, go ahead, subscribe, because guess what? We will be back for season 2. So go ahead and subscribe, grab your friends, grab your drink, grab your snack, whatever you need, because this is going to be a good one. I know I say that every time, but I really mean it. It really is going to be a good one. And so today we are in celebration mode because we have completed season 1 of Changing Lanes with Coach Williams. Yeah. We have to take that breath just like that. Listen, because when I started this process, I was like, I don't have 12 episodes. I didn't see it, right? And it started moving so fast. When God is in a thing, this is what I want to tell you today. When God is in a thing, it doesn't matter what you don't have. It doesn't matter where you think you are or you're not. If he's in it, it's going to come to pass. It's going to be done the way he wants it done, and it's going to be good. Like real good, okay? So I hope you have enjoyed our time together. One of the things I'm learning to do as I'm changing lanes, right? This has been a journey that you've been on, but I've been on it as well. As I encounter God, as I move into new realms, I'm having to take time to celebrate myself. I know, girl. Listen, sir. I know you got the pom poms, you got the whoop whoop, you got all the things for everybody else. But what about when it comes to you? What about it when it comes to you patting your own self on the back? What if there's nobody there, with the bullhorn or any of those things, and it's your turn to celebrate that, you know what? Listen, you just finished season 1 of a podcast. And going into 2024, January, February, March, April, you didn't even have it on your radar. Maybe you've started your book. Maybe you finished it. You've launched something. Whatever it is, maybe you've lost 10 pounds, 5 pounds. Listen, you lost 2 pounds. You better give him glory. Okay? Listen, especially if you over 40. What? It's real out here in these weight loss streets. Okay? But I want you to begin to celebrate yourself. I want to give you permission today to not rush off into the next thing, but to relish in the fact that I did it. I did it. Sometimes that's enough. It could have been better, probably. Will you do better next time? Absolutely. But for this moment, can you just celebrate with me? Let's give an applause for me. Yay! Woo! Cause looking at this camera, baby, that first week I was like, oh my God. Listen, that whole camera thing was like, oh my God, wait. I was cool with audio. But when she was like, yeah, so we're gonna do a YouTube too, that means there's video, not the video. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it, y'all. But celebrate that you've overcome what you've overcome, right? Thus far, begin to give yourself credit where credit is due. Okay? Cause I know you can rip it to shreds. I'm the queen of ripping things to shreds, right? Like, yay, we did it. It was great. Okay, so next time we're gonna do this. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do that. And we have just not even taken a moment to say, well done. Well done. How many times have you, for some of you, when you closed on your house, right? Let's use that for an example. You closed on your house. You didn't even take breath to be like, oh my God, we're here. We're home. We've accomplished the goal. It was, oh my God, we got to change out the countertops. We got to get this. We got to buy this. We were trying to do all the things, and we never stopped to say thank you for the blessings that we have already received. Thank you for this moment that we are in. Do that right now, wherever you are. I want you to just, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying you have everything that you want. But in this moment right here, everybody has something to be grateful for. And if you feel like you don't have anything to be grateful for, I just want you to take a breath and fill up them lungs and let it out. I just want you to do that. So if you ain't got nothing to be grateful for, listen, the fact that them lungs is working and you not on a ventilator, you better be grateful. The fact that you can hear me right now without or with, listen, sometimes we need a little assistance. With or without a hearing aid, you still are hearing me because there's somebody that's deaf and they can't hear. If you're looking at this YouTube video, listen, some of us need a little assistance. Contacts, glasses, or not, you're still able to see because somebody's blind. So we got to celebrate everything. Because if you don't find something to celebrate, something to be grateful for every single day on this journey of changing lanes, baby, you're not going to make it. And if I get real frustrated, I just go to listing them. I'll be like, okay, what am I grateful for right now? Why? Because you can't be grateful and upset at the same time. It's not possible. It's not possible. You can't think of the goodness of God and all that He's done for you and then be disappointed and depressed and all of that. It's not possible. You're going to be one or the other, right? So we're celebrating today how far we've come. We're celebrating this journey of 12 episodes of Changing Lanes with Coach Williams. And I'm so excited about what's to come, right? And as I was preparing, I was like, man, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Right? Who would have thunk it? It was just May. We were sitting, and this little bully came up to me. Yep, I called you a bully. This little bully, right? No, she wasn't a bully, but she realized I was ready. I had a lot of excuses. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be transparent. I had a lot of excuses of a lot of things I didn't have, but everything that I didn't have, she had. So all the things I didn't have, I had the content, I had the voice, and she knew that. But I didn't have lights. I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a microphone. I didn't have all the I had all the excuses of all the things I did not have. And guess what? She had it all. How many of you are missing a moment? Because when she approached me, I was like, yeah. I was like, girl, I was like, I ain't got, and I did. I said, I don't have this, 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 I don't have this. I don't have any of the things. She's, I didn't ask you any of that, right? So then here I'm looking at a person that's doing to me what I often do to others as a coach, which is remove my excuses. And then I began to get hot. my anxiety level went up, and I was like, what is happening? What is really happening here? I had a whole episode, y'all. I'm serious. Now listen, I had a whole moment. And I heard the God say, she didn't ask you any of that. Give her a date. And I gave her a date. And even after I gave her a date, I was like, I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to meet her. I'm gonna go somewhere. We're gonna do this. All these things is going through my head. And she's like, I'll be at your house. What? Wait. What? Wait. You're what? I just want to share my road, right? To changing lanes, of going from where I've had to do everything myself to allowing people to help me. Because when God is in a thing and God is saying, this is how you need to do it, because God knows I like things done in excellence. And so I wouldn't have stepped out. But what if my voice is needed for now? And if y'all was waiting on me to do it, listen, we would not be celebrating today. So woo. So listen, we are celebrating today. And so as we are celebrating, I'm just giving flowers where flowers are due to the people that have helped me with this podcast and to get here, because listen, I did not get here on my own at all. But I don't want you to miss moments like that. I don't want you to miss opportunities where, because we're so standoffish, because we're so used to, I have to do it myself, that when God sends kingdom connections and he sends the help, you can't receive it. And for some of you, that you may need to reach out for help. Don't be afraid to reach out for help, so that you too can have celebrations like this, to where you be like, Coach, I accomplished it. Coach, I did it. Coach, guess what? My first episode is coming out. My first book is coming out. Guess what? My marriage is being restored. Guess what? I'm living my best life. Guess what? Guess what? And that you're able to celebrate yourself when nobody else will. Because at some point, you've got to be able to. Everybody else has already applauded. Everybody else knows what's in you. But do you know what's in you? Do you know what God has placed on the inside of you, and that he is expanding that within your life? Can you celebrate you? And that's a real place. Because sometimes we're so busy doing all the things. We're so busy getting frustrated. We're so busy being everywhere. We're so used to being the jack of all trades, master of none. All of it. So today, as we're celebrating and we're closing out this last episode, I want to encourage you. I am an encourager by heart, right? And so I know it's going to be a few weeks or so before we come back. I don't know when we're coming back, but we will be back. I give you my word that we will be back. Um, but I want to leave you with some scriptures and some declarations, if you will, that you can hold on to as you're changing lanes. Because guess what? Sometimes you can't, I don't know about you, but you listen, sometimes if I got to concentrate, everything got to be turned off. I don't know about y'all, but I can't see. I got to hear to see, right? So I got to turn the radio off to be able to see and to get in the space. It's a thing, right? It's like there's too much noise, so my vision is blurry and all kind of stuff. So I don't want to ever leave you without something that will keep you, right? Because we have a lot of conversations, but as we have talked about in another episode, principles, those biblical principles, those foundational things that you can put your flag in, that you can stand on until we can come back together, okay? Hebrews 10 and 36. Persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. Persevere so that when you have done the will of God, underline that, you will receive what he has promised. When you do his will, you get what he promised you. Nah, y'all stop trying to get his will to come into your foolishness, okay? I'm just saying. All right. Psalms 139 and 14. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are the workmanship of God, right? And so you have to know that. Know that in your knower. What does that mean? From deep down within you, you got to know that you were fearfully and wonderfully made. I don't care what negative somebody else says to you. That has nothing to do with, that's their opinion. And they're welcome to it. But what happens is if you don't believe you're fearfully and wonderfully made and someone begins to speak negative to you, then you'll come into agreement with that. But when you know that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, even though you may have flaws, my flaws make me unique. My flaws make me special to God. Because he got to love listen, to love somebody like me, I can be a little special sometimes. And it's okay. And here's the thing, it's okay for me to say that. You know why? Hey guys, it's Coach Williams here, and I'm here to talk to you about the Great Exchange Women's Empowerment Weekend. So, why do I have bricks and keys in my hands, right? Because sometimes we have to be willing to lay down what we have been carrying to be able to accept, right? We got to be able to accept the keys, the things that God has for us. And these two keys represent our access and our authority. So October 11th and 12th, we are going to lay down the heavy stuff and we're going to pick up our access and our authority. This year's theme is Becoming One. I want you to meet me October 11th and 12th in the Atlanta area, the Peachtree Corners area, to be exact, for a weekend of fun, friendship, and fellowship. There'll be tears, there'll be food, but listen, I promise you, you'll leave transformed. You know why it's okay for me to say that? 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. God said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weaknesses. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses so that Christ's power may rest on me. So every time I come in here and I tell y'all, listen, and y'all be like, I cannot believe that girl said that. She is so ooh-wee. Yep. And then God still uses me and he is faithful. Listen, he gets the glory because y'all would have put me out somewhere. Y'all would have cast me out. Y'all would have been like, nope, is there another? Is there another? Anyone? Yeah. But no, God says he loves me and that his grace is sufficient. And in my weakness, he is made perfect. He is mature. He is seen. So even when I be like, Lord, you got me out here, people see God. In spite of, despite of all that she shared, all those imperfections, God still loves her. He still comes through for her. He still uses her. Somebody got the testimony like me, like, well, I ain't that bad. That was my testimony. I was like looking at people. I said, I wasn't judging, but I was like, ooh, I'm not that bad. But his grace is sufficient. 2 Chronicles 32 and 8. With him, the enemy is only the arm of flesh, but with me is the Lord our God to help me and fight my battles. Listen, when people be like, when I feel like people gonna come for me, listen, don't come for me because I don't travel by myself. God is always with me. So when you rise up and you want to come against me, you come against him. I don't go nowhere. I'm a daddy's girl. And that's the way you got to be. Like, I'm a daddy's boy, right? I'm a daddy's girl or a daddy's boy. My daddy will fight for me. He'll come through. I know your natural father may or may not have. But let me tell you something about your heavenly father. He is very much aware and he cares. And so, as you're changing these lanes and you're trying to do the best that you can, and you're making the necessary changes, and you're trying to live this life the way that He wants you to live it, and everything is pulling you to and fro, back and forth, every which way but loose, you've got to know that God is with you and He'll fight for you. You've got to see the Lion of Judah running into that situation to be like, oh, okay. When He say, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, you better see Him run past you, be like, oh, okay. Yes, sir. Step aside. But that's a hard place for us if you're self sufficient. If that's you, just refer to 2 Corinthians. My grace is sufficient, says the Lord. Not Cassandra's grace, but the Lord's grace is sufficient. My grace will run out. I'm just saying, bless the Lord. It will run out. Yours run out too. Don't you judge me. Yours run out too. That's why you be ready to fight. Because it runs out. We're human. But God said, my grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness. In those moments where you be like, I just don't know if I don't have anything left. He said, that's when I step in. Sometimes He waits for us to get to that place so that He can step in and show Himself strong and mighty in your life. 2 Timothy 1:7, familiar scripture. For God has not given me a spirit of fear, of timidity, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind or self control, depending on which translation. So when I read that, it says, for God has not given me a spirit of fear. And I had to put that timidity in there because we have a certain level of fear, right? There's different types of fear. Let me explain that, right? God did not give God this, and we are supposed to reverence God. It says the beginning of wisdom. Fear is the beginning of wisdom. Wisdom, that means our reverence of who God is, right? That type of fear of I respect. I don't want to do anything that's not pleasing to Him. That's healthy. Okay? That's healthy. But then there's the timidity, that one that makes you cower, that one that makes you shrink back, that one that makes you shy away from anything and everything and everybody, right? That one is not healthy. That paralyzing fear. That's the one that we're coming against. God didn't give you that spirit of fear. He gave you but of power, the spirit of love, and of a sound mind, self control. So every time you say, I couldn't help it, yes, you could. I can't help it. We got to get rid of the can't help it. God said He gave us a sound mind, and that word sound, that sound mind means a spirit of self control. So if we're yielding ourselves to God's spirit, then we should have self control. Now, it don't mean that stuff ain't gonna take you off guard for a minute. That just means you don't have to follow through, follow through, follow through. It's a, so what? Okay, we're gonna put a pin right there for a minute. I got a question. How is it that on the negative side we have very good follow through? Like when we want to nag, we want to murmur, we want to complain, we want to get people told, we want to shake our head, we want to stomp our feet, we want to suck our teeth, we want to do all the things. We've got follow through with that. But when it comes to the things of God, the positive things we supposed to be doing, we procrastinate. We ain't got no time for that. Okay. Hebrews 13:6. I'm just saying, y'all, we got to do better. That we got to have the self control is to be able to, not that you don't feel it, but that you are. I heard a post today. It said, we have to be slow to speak, quick to hear, slow to wrath, anger, right? And I did a message this weekend. Anger in and of itself is an emotion, right? So I always wondered, because some of them said anger, some of them say wrath, right? But here's the thing: anger in and of itself is an emotion, but most of us go to that place of wrath, that place where we don't have any control. We're out of control. We hear what we want to hear. We're not listening to understand. And then we're just responsive and we come out like a roaring lion. We got to stop. We got to do better. You got to seek to understand. And all I get and get understanding. And have self control. Stop letting yourself get all out of control and you out here looking crazy. Okay? All right. All right. Hebrews 13:6. So I say with confidence, the Lord is my helper. That's why we can do that. That's why we can have self-control, because the Lord is with us, right? He is our confidence. He is my helper. I will not be afraid. What can a mere mortal? Now y'all will hear Coach talk about them humans, right? What can a human do to me? Well, Coach, they can come and get you. They listen, they can tie you up, they can get a knife, they can get a gun, they can do all of the things. But to be absent from this body is to be present with the Lord. So really, what are they doing? What can they do to you? Because you win either way. Not that we want any of that to happen. I'm not saying that. I ain't saying go poke the bear. Remember, listen, that out of control, you be going up poking bears, and then you be mad when people respond a certain way. Listen, okay. Let me help the people. Okay. Listen. You don't know people life. I know you big, I know you bad, but you don't know people life. So stop running up on people like they will not lay hands, okay? I'm just saying. There's always somebody bigger and badder than you. That's not for you. You're supposed to be confident who God placed you, God called you to be. And if you look, listen. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. God does not want you to be paralyzed by that thing of fear, but He ain't telling you to go keep going up poking people and poking the bear and seeing how far you can take people before they yeah, kind of grab. Yeah, don't. We're not doing that. Because everybody has a breaking point, and you keep running up in people's face, somebody gonna snatch you. I'm just saying. I love y'all. Stop doing that. Okay? Stop playing. Don't play. You don't know people life, and sometimes it's taking all the Holy Ghost that they have, and they listen. Some of us ain't got much. See, they ain't got a whole lot. And in another season of my life, I thank God that the Holy Ghost is strong and mighty. But I was like, listen, they said turn the other cheek. I ain't have but two. So you hit me, you hit me over here, I'm gonna turn it. But hit it again, and it was a whole different turn that came after that. But I'm just saying, there are people, right? There are people that aren't where you are in your walk. And so you never know what triggers there are, right? So listen, be confident. Have Godfidence, right? Be confident in who God is and who you are in God, but don't be poking no bears and just be walking around like ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. Okay. Jeremiah 17:7. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in Him. My confidence is in God, who He is. I'm confident in who He made me to be, but I'm nothing without Him. And when you get to that place to be like, God, I'm nothing without you, that you know the only reason you are who you are and you can do what you do is because He is in your life. That's what you need to be confident in. Okay? Joshua 1:9. Be strong and courageous, for God will be with you wherever you go. If God has called you to a thing, listen, He is going to take you through a thing. Wherever you go, He is going to be right there with you. So invite him on the journey. Invite him on this journey with you of changing lanes, because guess what? You can't do it by yourself. Allow him, consult with him every step of the way. Okay. Last one. Y'all ready? Luke 2 and 52. This is one I still say every single day, right? I said it every day for about a year, and I still say it to this day. Y'all ready? And the scripture says, and Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. Where Jesus is, I want you to put your name. And Cassandra grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and men. Listen, that want to keep you all by yourself, okay? As you're going on this journey, growth is what we're desiring. We want to grow in wisdom. We want to grow in stature. We want to grow in favor. But listen, not just with God, with men. Some of us are like, as long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. You lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. She set us all the way up with that song. I get what she was saying, but we took it. Listen, somebody like me, oh, I took it and ran with it because I was like, listen, Dolly too. What I think it was Dolly Parton, Islands in the Stream. Was she? Did she sing on that? Islands in the Stream. That is what we are. No way between. It's an old country song. Listen, I'm like Islands in the Stream. I will isolate. Okay, so all of those type songs. So when they start singing, I need you, you need me to some. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I need you to survive. What? Mm-mm. I was like, nope, I'm over here. As long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. Here's the thing. I get what she was trying to say with the song, but anytime we go extreme, it's not healthy. We can't be so caught up in people that we become people pleasers and we let people control us, but we can't be so over here outside of people that we're missing moves of God either, right? So there's a healthy balance as you are going on this road, as you're changing lanes. I need you to find your God lane, right? When you're going down the interstate, right? You have the slow lane, you have your fast lane. So in life, you have your slow lane, you got your fast lane, and then somewhere in the middle there's a God lane. I need you to get in that God lane and I need you to ride. Be all gas, no brakes, because he's going to go before you and make every crooked way straight. And as long as you're going in the lane that he has you going in, as long as you're following his leading and his guiding, if you need to slow down, he's going to tell you to slow down. If there's a detour and he needs you to get off, he's going to tell you. He's going to be the GPS. My GPS, listen, let me tell you something. Me and my GPS be fighting sometimes because I know where I'm trying to go. I know where we going, and it be trying to take me the wrong way, and I don't know why it want to take me down that street. And so I would fight with the GPS, and then I would go the way that I know to go and be sitting in traffic. And my GPS, I know she be wanting to say, "I told you not to go that way," but she don't say that. She loving kindness. She just like God. She be like rerouting sometimes. But I'm just saying, some of you, God is trying to lead you. He's trying to connect you with people that you need to be connected with. He's trying to help you navigate this lane. And you trying to tell him what you want to do, how you want it to be done. And he is the great architect. He knew you from the very foundation of the earth. And he knows the plans that he has for you. So every encounter you have with him requires change. It requires you to realign sometimes. Sometimes, y'all, we've been riding in that slow lane for so long, we don't know how to get out of it. You know, there are certain interstates, certain times, like when I'm on 85 285, where they just don't have no sense of the like speed limit is a it's an optional, it's just it's a suggestion is what I feel like. It's like it's suggested that you go 70, right? 65, 70, cuz they be going 80, 85, and I'm in that lane and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm no." And I have to worry about getting over. You're the person running around. Yeah. And they be zooming past. I'm like, oh, let me get over here with the other people because y'all making me nervous. Okay. But here's the thing, over here where I'm familiar, then I can go a little faster. But when I'm outside of my comfort zone, when I'm in unfamiliar territory, I have to find, and here's the thing, there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve. And every step matters to get you stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger till one day you're going to have that confidence that you need. One day you're going to have the testimony to be able to tell somebody else. One day you're going to be able to say, and fill in your name. And Jerry grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. And Cassandra grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. And you're going to be able to look from which you've come and know that you have overcome. So, thank you guys so much for being here with me, for this first season, for enduring my shenanigans. I'm very excited about what is to come. For us, and evidently God is happy too. The chimes. No, that means somebody's outside the door. The chimes. Perfect, perfect timing. The chimes. Again, join me at the Great Exchange, October 11th and 12th. Um, in person. I'm still me, but I would love to see you, wrap my head around you and just say, "Hey y'all, hey." And so you can tell me, "Hey, I've watched you or listened to you on your podcast." But send me an email, right? Info at thecassandrawilliams.com. Let me know how everything has been going. What types of things would you like us to talk about in season 2? Also, www.thecassandrawilliams.com is the website. All of that information will be in the show notes. And until season 2, I will see you guys later. Bye.